Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Path of Exile Let's Play, playing through the beta here. I wanted to show you this character selection screen because they have done a little bit of work to the interface. It's looking a little bit better. So I just wanted to show you that. Things have smoothed up a little bit. Also in-game looking pretty good. I do want to let you know right now, alright, where am I going? Yeah, level 17, Witch Force. Okay, go ahead and play. Alright, so yeah, some new stuff. There was a recent patch. I believe there were some balance changes as well. Overall interface overhaul is what we saw. Overall interface overhaul. Say that 3 times fast. Look at this right now. We got a little bit different variation to the mana and health globes over here, and everything's just looking a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. Graphics look, of course, more or less the same. Nothing doing there, nothing new. But I do also want to show you what else was changed here. There was some upgrades to, what am I talking about? Where is it? The skill, passive skill tree. Look at this, looking much nicer. Got some new graphics in there. The background looks nicer, telling us what this is. Those are skills. Thank you for that heads up. I don't believe I have any skill points to spend right now. Looks like that is a negatory. But yeah, this just looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit smoother. Everything looks really nice. So great update there so far to the interface, Grinding Gear Games. And let's move on our merry adventure. I know last we were together, I managed to kill off that chick. So we'll be moving on to a next quest, and I'm not sure where this one is where this one's going to be taking me. I was told by someone that there's some more stuff to the north. Oh, they must have been talking about the right, or the east is what I would have called that. So yeah, there's a whole other direction over here. So this is actually where I'll be heading. Last time, that's the old fields. Last time we played, I went in this direction, and what was this? I forget what this is called. That was River Crossing. So that's where I went last time, and this time I will be heading right in this direction to the old field. So let's take a look at this. This will just be a one-parter right now. I'm guessing about 20 or 30 minutes. It's Friday evening, and I'm getting ready to actually start my wonderful weekend, relaxing and just taking it easy, stepping away from the PC, as I need to do most clearly. Too much time here. As much fun as it is, I love it, but gonna take a little break now. We'll be seeing some more Let's Play Path of Exile probably on Monday. I also got some StarCraft content coming out. If you guys are interested in that as well, be sure to check it out. Diablo Cast will be coming out this evening. Actually, that should be out before this goes live. So if you haven't checked that out, check out Diablo Cast. That's our Diablo 3 podcast. It happens weekly, and pretty awesome stuff there. Just talk about basically recent news and everything like that. So, but let's play Path of Exile here. Let's continue our walkthrough. Oh, that's not what I want. It's been a day since I played. I forgot how my skills were bound. Alright, so that frost wall is something that I certainly plan on continuing to abuse. Most definitely. No doubt about that. Oh boy. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, I have been increasingly enjoying this. I really, the more and more I play, I think the biggest thing is that early on, obviously, it's early stages of the game. You're in the normal mode, normal difficulty mode, and it's relatively easy and basic. But as we're progressing here, as we're getting closer and closer to later in the game, I'm getting, more and more spells and abilities to use. The enemies are getting more difficult. So overall, it's just becoming a more enjoyable experience. And it seems like you guys in the comments are feeling about the same way. Oh, I was also told my linkage was off. What does that mean? I was told that this was wrong. So these two spells are linked, and unfortunately I put that increased crit into something that was not linked. So I'm going to put that increased crit to Freezing Pulse, I believe. So there we go. We can see that there's a little link between the two. So thank you to the people in the comments who informed me of that. That was something that I was unaware of. But that is going to make sure that it is my Freezing Pulse that will get that increased crit here from that gem. Get my Cold Snap back right there. Now let's check out these boots. These do have 3 blue sockets. 10% increased movement speed. These are, I don't know. Those are overall obviously a lot better, a lot more stats and everything like that. What I've got for energy shield, that's a 28 to the energy shield. This one, only a 6. That one's got some armor in it. I do get that max mana, but still, do I want the movement speed? Is it worth losing those stats? I'm gonna do it. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to do it. Let me know in the comments below, though, if you think that I should keep these instead. But I think that I would like this increased movement speed. Also, there is more energy shield as well. It's got some intel on it, actually. It's got less intel. Ugh, it's not worth it. Maybe once I get more gems and I can actually fill that up, then it'll be worth it at that point. But right now, since I don't even have enough gems to fill that up, I really can't do that. Really can't do that at this moment in the game. Let's continue along, though. Let's kill some guys. What I got here? Shambling Goliath here. So right now I'm in the old fields, and actually let me continue along. Try to find the exit here. I want to move along my merry way. All right, now my quest was... Where's the quest tab? There it is, the exclamation point. Oh, I don't have any more quests. I thought I had an additional one. I thought there was someone else I was supposed to kill. Well, I guess I'll just keep exploring until I find sort of an end boss or something like that. That's what we'll do. I love that frost wall. Tribal chest over there. Make sure I take a look at what's in that. Scroll of wisdom. But yeah, and just increasingly enjoying this game. I'm still feeling a little bugged out about the, what am I doing here? Still feeling a little bugged out about the targeting. I feel like there's a little bit of, maybe it's just a delay with the targeting. Maybe that's what it is. And it's not that it's necessarily bugged. It's just that there's a little bit of delay in it. Plate of chainmail. That one's got some linkage to it too. Although I don't believe I will be wearing chainmail. It doesn't seem like something that will be happening. A little wall off there. Take care of this guy. No problemo. Oh, and I certainly didn't forget about this. Very cool. Use a little bit of my AoE here. All right, that frost wall, fantastic. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a delay or something. I think it's based off of the casting direction is based off where my character is facing rather than my mouse. I think that's, I don't know. It's something like that. Or maybe it's just a delay in my responsiveness. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not as tight as I would like it to be. The controls aren't as tight or responsive as maybe as I'm used to, or as I would enjoy. That's what I'm trying to say. That is the message that I'm trying to convey to you guys watching my Let's Play. That rhymed a bit. No, I'm not. I'm not a poet laureate. Not at all. I'd like to be a laureate of anything. That'd be awesome. What did I get here? Jade Loop? That's nothing. Nothing worth my time. Alright, let's find, again, the next area. That's what I'm looking for. Ooh, this is a, what do I want to call that, a rare? Ooh, boy, he's a yellow. He's a yellow baddie. Take him out. Looks like he's got a bit of HP, though. Should be fine. Drop some walls. Gotta take out that archer, dude. The thug archer. Alright. Oh, I can't, unfortunately, this spell right here, my main spell doesn't go through trees or walls or anything like that. And that's a little frustrating to me, in all honesty. Alright. So take him out, continue along my way, find the next zone. Like I said, this one will probably be about 20 or so minutes. Not as long as the typical hour ones. Again, just a little short on time this evening. But it's okay, you guys can wait till the end of the weekend. Shouldn't be a problem. People are gonna be angry. They're like, Force, come on. Why aren't you playing all weekend? I like to go out and do stuff, like I mentioned, for my sanity, for sanity's sake, because I'm in front of the computer non-stop for, 10 or so hours during the week, just making videos and everything, I don't know if you noticed, but I make a lot of content, a ton. I'm an individual person. Let's not forget this too. I don't exactly have a team or anything right now behind me. Like, I do Diablo cast with some people from Diablo fans, but besides it, that's pretty much it. Just me. I'd like to get a team eventually, people to help me with content. That'd be awesome. I think that's something that will happen later down the road. Right now, though, I'm just one man making videos. Just one man. Alright, these guys are a piece of cake. Everything seems to be a piece of cake now, in honesty, with my frost wall. As long as my targeting doesn't get bugged, like it keeps happening here. It's the responsiveness. That's what it is. I think I've nailed it. That's what it is. It's just that the responsiveness is a bit slow, and it's not going where it should be at all the time. Walk through these suckers. Nova, take you out. So yeah, what is it? What is the spell there? Freeze and Pulse. That's the name there. That one doesn't go through trees and stuff. It's kind of stinks actually, because a lot of like my AOE's and stuff do. But I guess it's just since this is a directional spell, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way, unfortunately. All right, let's keep along this way. Get through the old fields. Ooh, jeez. So as you've noticed, I've been increasingly, forced to engage the monsters, and this is something that I initially kind of complained about the lack of engagement, the fact that I could just run by stuff, and it was, now in hindsight, it was simply because I was in the earlier stages of the game. That was it, Being in the earlier stages of the game, they're relatively easy. They're going to make it easy. Otherwise, where are you going to go from there? You know, you have to scale up. So there's got to be some place to go. So the start has to be easy in comparison to where you end up. And that's pretty much what it was. I've decided that I figured out at least that was the reason behind my apparent ease of walking through content. Shouldn't be the case anymore though. Don't expect it at least. Keep up this frost wall. Gonna be my saving grace here. A few of these. I should just be sticking to the frost stuff. I've got increased frost damage now, so should stick with it because that apparently is gonna do the trick. All right, let's find the next area. Now I know that in the last zone, unfortunately, I got a little lost trying to find that last boss, Alira. That was basically the boss of the zone that I was looking for. That was what the quest was for. And yeah, that was very frustrating. Someone was saying, hey, well, why don't you just go along the main path? Wouldn't that make a lot of sense? It seems like in most action RPGs, hugging the walls is how you find like the next area, and that's typically leads you to like the boss fights. You know, a lot of times that's what you want to do. You just hug the walls, and that lets you find the next zone, and that's typically where you locate the bosses. But in that particular zone, the boss was right dead center of the map. So yeah, if I had just followed the main path, I would have found her much quicker. But this is something that I didn't know, and now I do. So in any additional playthroughs, I'll be aware of that. It's a learning experience. You guys are learning with me. We're learning together. Let's keep moving. Big pack here. All right. We got this. Just a couple frost things there. Keep my wall up. Ooh, it's hard to drop that AoE. There's a cast time on my frost AoE. That's one of the major problems. Trying to cast it when you're surrounded, a little more difficult when there's a cast time on. I think that's why actually I was using Electrocute. Yeah, there's less of a cast time for Electrocute. Oh my gosh, you guys are just beating me in. These monkeys doing quite a bit of damage. They weren't monkeying around, that's for sure. Got a lot of kills there. Filled up all of my flasks. And the next zone should be found soon. I don't know. There have been some pretty massive zones here. The Leader's encampment was gigantic. Here we go. Here we go. Old fields moving right on into Crossroads. Here we go. Right on into Crossroads. Oh, I got some missed calls. Now's not the time for that. All right, so here we go. Looks like Church Dungeon level 1 is going to be my next area of waypoint. I think we can get to that in this playthrough. I think we can finagle that at the least. All right, let me hug the wall and work my way on through. In fact, no, you know what? I'll go through the main path this time. Let's see if that leads me to where I need to be. It seems logical, right? But again, typically, a main path doesn't always do the trick. All right. I found really the trick for these range guys. Oh, that guy's not ranged; he's just hiding behind a tree. Typically, wow, finding a lot of these extra slotted things here. Look at this. Crit and energy shield increase. That's pretty nice. Got 3 slots for it too. Leather arm guard though, is that? Pretty cool. Alright, let's continue along the merry way. Vulcan construct. Yeah. Piece of cake. Alright, awesome, awesome, awesome. No problem with these guys. Ah, the Bone Crusher. This guy this looks exactly like the thing that I hated in the Dark Wood. I do forget what it's called though. But it's the same model, same skin. I think it was called like something Nightmare, something like that. Ceremonial Wand. Let's take a gander here. Nah, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, 31% increased physical damage does me 0 good. Why would a wand have increased physical damage? That's baffling me. I guess that is randomized stats for you. That's what you end up getting. Stuff like that. Wands with increased physical damage. That's illogical, my friends. That is very illogical. Alright, there's a little, alright, I'm going to continue to bypass these single guys. I don't know why I've been engaging them. Come on, we're just trying to find the next zone, the cellar, or whatever, the basement. Alright, without the range guys, I can, of course, bypass here. And a little juke and weave through there. Let us do this here. Take out now that I've got a fair amount of them here. Take them out. Ooh, that's a lot. Just keep up that wall. Should be fine. Alright, piece of cake, piece of cake. Get a little health potion here. So I found it's like 2 cast, and then you can recast the wall, and then you'll pretty much have it permanent. So that's good. That's good information to have. So now I know how to consistently have that wall up. It gives me time for pretty much 2 freezing pulses in between. Sometimes I don't always remember that though in the heat of combat, in the heat of battle. Keep going along this path though. Let's see what we find. This looks like it's it. Broken bridge. I can't imagine that this would be a very long zone. I think I'll work through it though. Here we go. Okay, I found the next waypoint. All right, guys, that will actually do it right now. I will be heading out after this point. So we're going to pick up here from the broken bridge right now. Let me go back to the forced encampment. But the next playthrough, we'll go from that point forward. Hopefully, you guys have been continuing to enjoy this. I'm going to take you through all of the zones. Again, the entire playthrough I will be recording on this character from start to finish of the beta. So as always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you been enjoying these playthroughs? Have you been enjoying this game? As I mentioned, it's been getting increasingly more enjoyable for me. And hopefully the viewership is feeling the same way. Thanks again, guys. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Keep watching and keep owning.